really doing this now? The crocodile tears? Save them. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Okay, fine. You want the truth? This isn't about you. No. All I wanted was to get back at that two-time intent.
Hey, hi, welcome to my channel. Hi, I am Shar and I'm your recap auntie. Hey, welcome to my channel. Hello, everybody. Hey, episode 50. We've been in this shit for 50 episodes and we doing it. This is the Moo review. This is like a kimono, kukuku, blah, blah, blah. You see what it looked like. It ain't the actual one, but you know, my daughter got this for me for Mother's Day / birthday. So I was like, you know what? Might as well wear it on episode number 50. It has been a wonderful weekend. I started following all of the stars again, making sure that I followed everybody. And I started joining some of the Facebook groups that have their little theories and stuff, and they do sneak peeks of what's going to come up on next week's show. So it's been fun looking at everybody's theories about Ted not being the father, Leslie not being the mammy. It's so funny and it's so fun. So I've been in that, and you're going to also see, y'all saw my shorts, that Trisha, aka Dana, aka Leslie, Lulu, Anna, all the names, how she liked my post. Now, a lot of y'all are probably already getting likes from celebrities, but not me. I only had one other celebrity that liked my stuff, was Melba Moore. She started following me on Threads. I'm not on Threads that much, but she's followed me, and I love Melba Moore. If you know her, she's an icon, Broadway stage, singing, all of that. And so I'm going to show y'all some more. I'll be up early. And so I got a like from Andre. I got a like from Ted, from Maurice. I did. I'm going to show y'all all of it right here. And I got like a response from Danny. I think she did. No, Ted responded to me and Danny Hardy. I don't know. I'll put them all right here on my IG. Of people, some of the stars from the show who liked my post or they said something to me. Yes, I'm just stoked because when I tell y'all I love this show, I haven't been a fan of a show since I like the reality shows. I choose not to review the reality shows because it's reality. It's like these are real people's lives. And I don't like having an opinion about a real person's life. Yeah, I could do it on the character all day. But when it comes to a real person's life, I don't like to have an opinion because I don't want nobody to have no damn opinions on mine. So I choose not to do them. But I like these. But when I tell you, I haven't loved a show like this since like the Cosby Show or A Different World. Different World was my shit because it prepared me for school. It made me want to really be ready for school. And I went to school because of, all of the things that I could do. And because of that, I went to HBCU and had a ball and enjoyed so many of the great things that I could have enjoyed while going to college. So me being so invested in this show brings me back to when I was loving A Different World and the Cosby Show and those wonderful shows that were back in the 90s. So, yes, or 80s and 90s. One of them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But going on 3 minutes, you know I always do warm up for you. Episode 50, it had so many nuggets. 2 people who deserve their award. Their award is Mona, Loretta Devine 2.0, and Mother Queen Anita motherfucking Dupree. Read, and still reading. Oh my God. I'm like, I put the best episode right before this one so you can see which one I like the most. But when I tell y'all it was so hard to pick, I might throw up the little bit of one that Mona said to Leslie in the middle of this when I get to that part. Honey, whew, I was like, God knows. My head is going to combust with all of this good stuff. So let me stop talking and get to my review and my recap. Again, this is a Moo review. I got my laptop for notes, so if I'm not looking up at the camera, I'm looking down at my notes. All right, here we go. We open with, oh, and I'm going back to my old way. Going through the whole show as it's scripted, I don't like that shit. I like to deal with the scenes according to the character. So, you know, I need to double dutch. I'm double dutching. So we open with Danny, teddy bear, teddy boy. You know, we saw her talking to him on Friday like that. So he says, like, everyone has been ripping him apart. So Danny calls him a disgrace and absolutely beyond despicable. So Ted tells her that she must think what happened with her, it must be real familiar because of what she went through with Bill. I was like, Ted, you was trying to throw some shade. Now why, Ted? Why did you say that to her? I mean, did you try to like get her to like feel the same way, relate to Nicole? Danny was like, no. She said, your ass is worse. And because Bill never pretended to be no fucking good guy. So she wonders how his legitimate children are going to feel now. I was like, damn, Danny. So he tells her that Martin just left here and read him the riot act. And Danny was like, yeah, that's my nephew. My nephew has always been good with his words, honey, and his reads. His words and his reads. So Danny admits that she is a damn handful to some people. Some people think that she might have pushed Bill into Haley's arms. But Nicole has been the perfect fucking wife to you. Held down to practice and even came home to make sure that you had food on the damn table every night. How can you do something so dirty to someone who treated you so well? And he says he's still trying to figure that shit out. We were going through a rough patch at the time. Danny was like, no. You can't use that fertility issue as an excuse. He agrees, like maybe the affair was his escape, and if he knew that he had an illegitimate daughter out there, he could have never left her out there to let her fend for herself. He wouldn't have done that. And he ain't no damn monster. So Danny is like, that remains to be seen. He was like, you know what? I think it's time for you to go. Sis, you got to get up out of here. So she tells him, look, you can do whatever you fucking want to do. Stay in your lonely ass hotel room, but this is far from over. So as he opens the door to let her out, the queen, honey, is standing right there in the doorway. He says, Anita, she says, Theodore. So you better say Theodore. So she tells him that she hopes that his ass wasn't going nowhere because she has a few things to say. Remember, Vernon did say the other day, like, man, I feel sorry for him because she get ready to read him. She said, oh, honey, I'm ready to start from up one side and come down the other. And when I tell you she did, she did. So Danny invites Anita in and tells her, come on, mother, come on, join the party. She's been telling Ted about himself, but I would love to hear what you have to say. She said, oh, I would be delighted to share. So Ted is like, I apologize for all of this and my debacle, but this is between me, my wife, and my children. And Nita's like, oh, really? All three of them? Right. And Danny was like, three of them that we know of for now. I was like, y'all really are beating the nigga when he down now. All right? Stop that. So Ted reassures that this brief time, this crazy time that he had with Dana was the only time that he had ever strayed. Nicole has the right to throw the book at him. But you, Anita, with all due respect, I will not be your punching bag. I said, okay, I mean, all right, Ted, we're going to miss you, but I don't know. So Anita was like, this entire debacle has revealed your true character, Theodore. You are a coward. That's why you didn't tell Nicole about the affair. And that's why you had Bill clear up your damn mess. That's why you are holding up in this damn hotel room, licking your damn wounds, and apparently drowning your sorrows. Everybody's pointing at that damn brown liquor bottle that Andre bought. He ain't drowning in his sorrows. His nephew bought it as a gift to chill out for a little bit. Sip it, you know. Drowning out your sorrows when you should be fighting to make things right. But I guess that's all for the best. So Danny was like, Mama, why you say that, Mother? So Anita's like, clearly he is not man enough to be worthy of a Dupree woman. I said, oh. Anita says, I feel sorry for my grandchildren. She's talking to Danny. I feel so sorry for my grandchildren for being stuck with a weak-willed man for a father. Thank God Martin is so close to Vernon. A man who's a proper role model. A man who would never betray his family. So Ted is like, look, I'm going to do everything in my power to earn their forgiveness. All right. Nicole was like, and Nicole's, respect as well. I'm going to do everything I can to get their forgiveness. So Anita was like, well, I hope that that's true, because while you've been hiding in this damn hotel room, feeling sorry for yourself, that mistress of yours has been run amok. And Ted was like, what? He never know what Dana's going to do. So Anita says, that woman had the audacity to show up at my home with Eva's birth certificate and the DNA test proving that that girl is your child. He was like, oh my God, I had no idea. Danny's like, it took everything in my motherfucking power in me for not to drag that woman by her long hair and drag her back in that damn hole that she's been hiding in. I was like, we was waiting for Danny to say, I was waiting for Danny to take off her earrings, baby, and squabble. So Anita said, we managed to handle the situation without any violence. Yet another instance of somebody else cleaning up your damn mess. So remember, we don't know what happened to make Leslie leave. We know Anita, just read her down, but we don't know. All we know was that the next scene, Leslie was gone. I bet you they paid her something. They gave her some money. I bet you they did. They gave that baby some money. I know they did. So without skipping a beat, she looks at Ted. She's still looking at Ted and tells Danny, and Danny's like, yes, mother. Anita says, we're through here. So Anita says, if you have any hope of ever regaining Nicole's trust and respect, here's a hint. Handle your fucking business. I was like, yeah, he was a little sloppy. First, Bill had to clean up his mess. Now the Duprees had to clean up his mess. So, yeah. So later on, I didn't write any notes on that. We see Danny and Anita at Uptown having some drinks, and they're just talking about the whole situation and how Anita and Vernon was like, damn, did we do something wrong? Because both of our fucking daughters married a couple of assholes. What did we do wrong? And Danny was like, no, mama, we grown. We made our own mistakes. We did what we did. That's on us. They ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Y'all are the perfect example, right? So as they're talking, we see Eva coming. Eva had just actually been over at the casino winning some money, so she took her winnings and left. It wasn't a lot with that. It was a little bit with Mona, though. I'll talk about that later. But as she sits down, Anita was like, no, Danny, we don't want no bullshit. We don't want no fights. And Danny's like, no, I'm not going to do nothing. Let's do what we do. So she goes over there and she invites Eva to the table. Eva sits down and you can tell she's a little nervous, but she's like, what y'all want? I don't want no bullshit. I'm trying to get my food and leave. I'm like, no. So Anita just gave her a little, this and that about you. You must be really, really, hurting because of how your mother used you with her crazy ass, right? You're such a pitiful child. I mean, I'm over so many committees that help people like you. And Eva was like, I am not no charity case. I mean, it just made a mistake, and I know what I need to do. I have to live up to it. Well, we understand that, and yeah, we did hear that Ted is going to put you in another apartment and get you all together. Yeah, he is. Oh, that's really good. Just so you know, let me grab your hand so you can look into my gray, beautiful hair and eyes. We're going to be here, but one thing you will not be is ever accepted by the Duprees. I was like, whew. Why y'all just didn't leave that baby alone? Let her get her chicken and leave. Or her wings from her winnings. Y'all really, really did. Ooh. But in the meantime, Vanessa was over there at the bar, and Danny sees Vanessa all hugged up with Joey Armstrong. He could tell something's wrong with Vanessa, and Vanessa's like, oh, she finally tells him about she's worried about her friend and this illegitimate daughter that popped up. And he was like, well, I can come into my house and we could talk and, do some more stuff to make you feel better. So she turned him down. I was really surprised at that. Then we showed Dougie and Shanice talking at the hospital. She tells him that she's really worried about him. She was like, look, I've seen you heal so many people here for years. And now all of a sudden you've changed. She's talking to him at one point and he's like, you know, off. And you can see this images of cards dealing and the chips on the table and all this other stuff. She's like, what the fuck are you? Hello? He was just like gone. It's like, Doug, wake up, nigga. We talking. So she said, I'm worried about you. She said, it's more than just that damn hand. You got some issues going on and you need to get some help. So he goes to the casino, runs into finance Reggie. Reggie was there earlier talking to Miss Mona. Mona, girl. Mona. Girl, I need to follow you next. Mona. Girl. So when she was there, Mona was there. He was like, what's up, queen? And she was like, oh, hey. You know, she gave me, like I said, a Wait in the Exhale, Loretta Devine character. So she was like, I'm not here to gamble. I'm just here. Have you seen this woman? So she showed a picture of Leslie on the phone. He was like, no. Because remember, Leslie said all that money that she got was from the casino. She was like, well, where's the slots and stuff? And he said, baby, we ain't got no slots here, baby. It's all tables. Ain't no slots over there. Nowhere. It's all a table. It's a house full of tables. You get my drift? You feel me? She said, oh, yeah, I'm feeling you. I think there was a double entendre there. I'm feeling you, boo. So she's like, no, I'm going to leave. I don't really. Oh, then she sees Eva sit down at the table. She said, no, okay, I'm going to sit for a spell. So she sees Eva at the table, gambling and winning too. Winning really good too. So let me scroll down. So he tells her that she came all the way down here, might as well get your feet wet to try to make her gamble. This is Mona. She says, matter of fact, I'll go ahead and sit my ass right here. So Mona sits down at the table, tells the man, deal me in. And Eva finally looks up because she wasn't looking up to see who it was. And she sees that it's Mona. And Mona says, and the Oscar for Best Actress goes to... That's why I had this here. This is mine. I got this from my job for being a really, dope ass worker. So I was like, I'm a prop girl. So, and my Febreeze is down here too. But anyway, she says, and the Oscar goes to, and Eva cuts her off and tells her that I never pictured you as being the poker playing type. And Mona was like, funny, I never thought of you as being a backstabbing heifer, yet here we are. It's like, oh. So Eva looks at her heartless and says, you seem upset. So Mona tells her that does not even begin to describe how she feels. I know that your crazy ass mama was behind all this, but that's no excuse. You're grown. You made your own choices, playing Nicole and acting all innocent and grateful for this opportunity. Girl, bye. So Eva tells her that she knows what she did to Nicole and she feels horrible about that. And Mona asks her, how do you feel about what your ass did to me? You talking about Nicole. What about what the fuck you did to me? I put my reputation on the line to get Nicole to hire your ass. Now, Anita says that they don't blame me for what happened, but I'm not damn stupid. Nobody in that family will ever trust my judgment ever again. So Eva was like, Nicole would never hold that against you, honey. None of this is your fault. Mona was like, you don't say. So Eva's like, look, I'm not going to be their problem no more your problem anymore. I've done cleaned out my shit, all my stuff out of their office. Oh, I'm out. I'm gone. So Mona was like, baby, I gave you the key to their house too, bitch. Run me that. You still got that? Eva says, well, I was going to give it back to Nicole, but her and I got into it. And hand it over. Hand it over. So Eva gives her the key and says, there. My last ties to Nicole. So mama kicked me out. And Ted says that he won't let me stay out in the streets. But I feel like I lost everything. And Mona reaches in like she really cares and she says, good. And left. I was like, and the Oscar goes to Mona, bitch. Eva finishes her winning streak gambling and goes to Reggie to tell him that she wants to cash it out. And he was like, man, you're on a winning streak. You can stay. We love people like you. And she was like, look, this is the first thing good that's happened to me all week. I'm just going to take my winnings and start while I'm ahead. So Reggie seemed like he was feeling her a little bit. I was like, okay, Reggie. I could see Reggie and Eva kicking it. Not Tomas. But I can definitely see Reggie and Eva kicking it. He was talking about her a little bit with Dougie. Let's get back to his ass. So he gets to the, you know, he's having all these visions and stuff. And then he gets to the club, the casino, to talk with Reggie. And Reggie's like, man, why are you doing here? It's like, man, you know, I just wanted to see if I could be in the midst, you know, to tell you face to face that I'm not going to be doing this shit no more. He's like, look, man, I'm telling you, take my word for a walk away now. And so Doug's like, okay, I'm going to leave. And so Reggie was like, okay, man, that's good. I'm so happy for my day one. Okay, so Reggie leaves and Doug leaves and Doug sneaks back in there, sneaks back in the room. Is like, hands the dealer man all this cash, you know, deal me in. I was like, man, but Vanessa cut off some peen. She ain't want to touch that, but you can't even turn off the table. God, man, you so disappointed. Vanessa, who else we want to talk about? Oh, yeah, we talked about Leslie. Oh, Nicole and Leslie. Remember, Leslie comes into Nicole's house and tells her, are you hungry? We saw at the beginning of this video. Are you hungry? Sorry, I can't bring you anything. Leslie tells Nicole that I never meant to hurt you. So Nicole was like, please. If hurt was not your goal, then all you needed to do was stay away. But you wanted to be all theatrical and shit and ruin my party. So Leslie does this whole crying episode, this whole crying speech, that she is not like her. And she understands people better than she does. And Nicole is like, stop with that bullshit crocodile tears and tell me the fucking truth. So Leslie dried up them tears, baby. And you saw the scene in the very beginning of this episode. She dries him up and told Nicole that it was not about her, but it was about that lying ass, cheating ass Ted. So Nicole tells her that she finally said something that she could finally believe. Her children were just her pawn, and her were just a pawn in her getting her little revenge fantasy. So Leslie tells her that she never meant to cause any pain. She just wanted everyone to know his life and what kind of man he truly is. She gives Nicole the DNA test and the birth certificates about Eva. And excuse me, let me pause real quick. I'm not pausing. You see me sneezing on the camera. Nicole tells her that she thinks that she understands her completely. And Leslie fell in love with a man who never considered her as a priority. And so Leslie's like, excuse me? So Nicole's like, as pathetic as you are, it doesn't excuse anything you've done. Using your daughter as a weapon, infiltrating my life like it's a sport. Nicole is asking her for the first time in her miserable life, show some fucking grace. Leave me and my family alone. So Leslie's like, for what it's worth, she thinks that Nicole is a lovely lady and she's truly sorry. Girl, you ain't sorry. Nicole was like, it's worth absolutely nothing to me. Now get the fuck out. So Nicole is back to spraying her Febreeze. I forgot to mention that Martin and Kat were at Uptown earlier. Kat never approached Tomas and Eva about seeing them. She just said she just let them see them because she didn't want to cause a scene. They talk a little bit about Eva. Martin was like, no matter what, the girl is still our sister. And Kat was like, I'll never, accept that bitch, She had a few names for her. What did Kat call that girl? That basic bitch. Kat suggests that they run that basic bitch to where she fucking came from. And Martin feels that Leslie used Eva for her plan. And for some reason, he can't help but feel sorry for her. And Kat was like, Martin, there are no cameras here, no press around. You can drop that Boy Scout act. So Martin tells her that you can stay mad at Eva all you want, but right now Mama needs us. So Martin is heading over there with the food. Remember, she's been waiting to eat. And Kat was like, I guess we better hurry up before Eva and her mercenary mom try to take the house too. I'm like, girl, you kind of half right because her mammy was there earlier. So they show up with the food. And Nicole tells them that, Leslie had came by, and Kat was like, oh, hell no. So Martin tells her that she showed up at the Grands yesterday too. So Kat says, we need to get the Fairmont Crest security to lock her out. So Martin asked if she was threatened. Nicole was like, well, in her own twisted way, she came to apologize, or at least that is what she wanted me to think. Her only intention was to get back at y'all daddy. And she didn't buy any of that at all. Anyone who is only fixated on Ted would not be making house calls to his family, which is so true. Like I said, Nicole is smart as fuck. So Kat tells her that she needs to have Eva added on the security list as well. Nicole tells them that she already came by to get all her things at the office. She feels that Eva has accepted that this chapter of her life is over. So Kat feels that Nicole is being naive. Eva is not going nowhere, and she don't even want to think how she's going to sink her claws into her dad. So Nicole comes home, Leslie comes home, fireman, that bitch, she mad as hell, walking through the door with her all leather black and talking to herself. How dare that shrink talk to me like that? Not good enough to be Ted's priority? Please. The only reason why he chose her was for her money, because of her bougie ass family. Not bougie ass family, because of her bougie ass family. So she's running fussing. So there's a knock on the door, and it's Mona. This is what I've been waiting on. So Leslie changed her attitude real quick and says, oh, Mona, I thought you were mad at me, but you're here. We're still friends. And she reaches out to grab Mona. Mona's like, don't you dare touch me, bitch. And pushes out of her way and goes into Leslie's apartment. I came here to let you know that I'm not going to let you play me for a fool ever again, heifer. So Leslie was like, Mona, please just listen. Mona says, every word out of your mouth is a damn lie. And Leslie's like, it's not true. And so Mona was like, I just came from the casino. They ain't got no slot machines. Ain't no back room, they ain't got no slot machines in no back room. They ain't got them anywhere in that place. So all that money you used to get that fancy dress, the one that you wore to humiliate Ted and Nicole, where the fuck you get that money from? Oh, okay, I lied about the money from the casino, Leslie says. So Mona was like, well, where the fuck did you get it from? So Leslie thinking, girl, credit cards. I got all these offers in the mail and I just maxed them out. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you or Jan to judge me. So Mona's like, Mona. She said, Mona, I am not a criminal. It's me. I'm still Leslie. And Mona was like, that's exactly the damn problem. You're the same snake you've always been. All those gossip sessions we used to do at Orphe Jeans, girl, you were just gathering. You were just gathering the tea for your little ambush, weren't you? Huh? Just like you used me to get Eva that job, you were playing me for a fool that whole damn time. Leslie says, I had my motives in the beginning. I did, but girl, you're the realest friend I've ever had.
Girl, you are the realest friend I've ever had.
Real friends don't use each other. Hell was made for people like you, Leslie. Enjoy the burn.
I said, oh. When she said that, I watched that scene that little part about 3 times. Three times. Oh my God. I think that's, well, I love Nicole. Talked to her and Leslie. She was some bullshit. Kat and Anita read the riot, acted Ted. I think that's it. Oh. Because a lot of stuff I just looked at the end. So Mona leaves. Leslie is looking at the album, looking at her picture of her and Eva. She says, I lost everybody that I love. So she looks at the doorway and it's Ted standing there. Now here we go. I'm thinking that it's a figment of her imagination. You know, Ted be all up in her apartment, kissing her fucking everywhere. And I was like, is he really there? She said, oh, here I am always having fantasies about you, but you're here. She walks over to him. I said, oh, he really there. He says, I came over here to tell you one fucking thing. Leave the Dupree family and my wife alone, or you're going to be dealing with me. So he comes in there and they talk a little bit. And so he was like saying, she said, oh, Nicole must have told you about me coming over there bugging her. I said, wait a minute, you went to see her too? She said, oh, okay, I didn't know. Wait a minute, you went to the Duprees and then you went over to her house. Look, just leave them alone. Leave them alone. And so she was like, but Ted, you just don't understand. What is it? I just, what do you want? I want you. I'm still so much in love with you. He's like, I don't want your ass. The only reason I used you was because I was trying to, get through some stuff with my married wife. But the only person that I ever love is Nicole. I don't love you. And I don't ever need you either. So as he was leaving, she said, oh, you will soon enough. Just wait, So I'm like, I think she's going to hurt him to the point where he's going to need her. She's going to hurt him. She's going to hurt him physically. I feel like he's going to be in the hospital, I think. So is that it? Because all of that was the top of my head. Because after they came back and you have Anita and Danny meet with Eva and damn Dougie coming back into the casino, Vanessa turning down Joey, and then we see Leslie and him talking. That's pretty much it. That was like the last 10 minutes. And I did that off the dome because I really just finished watching it. Can you believe I actually have a video out the same day the damn episode was dropped? Because I wanted to do that. I had the day off. And I wanted to enjoy it today and drop it today. Now, I ain't going to promise it's going to be like that next week. I mean, this the remaining week. But I'm always a day behind. But I wanted to do this today because it's episode 50 with my Momo review with my LWV. I ain't even trying to say what it is, but it looked like it. She got it from, I've had this thing in my cart for a long time. And so I said, she's like, what you want? I'm like, give me that. So she got it for me. So it feels so comfortable. I got it from another young lady here who, she got it from Amazon, but another young lady here, she wears it like out a lot, as a top. So, I thought it would be cute to wear because I like to wear loose things while I'm doing my reviews here as your recap auntie. So that's it. 50. Y'all are doing good. And we also found out they got renewed for a second season. So I'm so happy about that. I was thanking the gate gods for that. So yeah, I'm really happy. I did see one gentleman. I've been following James Caldwell for such a long time. I've just been a silent watcher. And I've been commenting more on his Beyond the Gates things because I've seen this, a lot of the other stuff I really don't. But me and him around the same age. If you don't know him, please subscribe to James Caldwell. He is such a wonderful person. I wish I could meet him one day and hug him because, I think we could be besties. I think we could really be friends. But he said, just leave Beyond the Gates the way it is. Don't be out here trying to create these narratives about Ted not being the father and Leslie not being the mother. Just leave it as it is. He said he's really invested in this because a lot of shows have already been on for like years. We are in this from the beginning, and it makes it so exciting for us because it's not too many shows out there that you can like start from the very beginning. So we're going to be in this thing for a long time. Again, they are already in the hundreds scripts already, so. And to get the good news that they've been renewed for season 2, that's really awesome. Because it's really hard to be consistent with things when it comes to YouTube. But when you have shows like this that has great scripting, great writers, great actors, great plots, yeah, you're going to be very, very consistent. And I've done 50 videos on this show. 50! I don't even remember me doing this many on anything. I just dropped the other shows and focus on this. But there's another one that's coming back that I really hope that I can squeeze in because I really love that one. I saw that one the last time it was on a few years ago. So, but yeah, that was today's show. Can you believe that? So they had so many good things. Febreeze was back. I forgot to say she was spraying her Febreeze before Martin and Kat came in. Nicole was spraying her Febreeze, spraying all that bad juju that Leslie left because she started spraying it right when Leslie left. I said, girl, yeah, spray that shit. Get rid of all of that funk, that stanky attitude. Spray it, baby. Like I said, I still got my 4-pack. I don't know which one she had. She might have had this one. I want to get the pink one that I always see her have. I want to get that one because it looks pretty, and I like stuff that looks pretty, things that look pretty and smell good. And of course the Oscar. So, all right, y'all take it easy. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video for today, and let me know your thoughts. We're getting down to the countdown. On my shorts, I said the wrong day for the 15th. The 15th is not until Thursday. So the last time that we will probably see the old Ted is on the 14th. And they did say that he was going to do a live to explain why he will not be returning. And I can't wait to see. I can't wait to hear what he's going to tell us. And hopefully it's the truth, because sometimes these people don't owe us shit. They don't owe us nothing. They got their coin and that's it. So hopefully he's going to let us know what happened, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hopefully it's more good than the latter. So, all right. Well, y'all take it easy. You see I'm hot. I did my face today. Sometimes when you do your face, it just brings out all the oils. And I'm like, okay, girl. You greasy today. So y'all take it easy. Be blessed. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.